I love the song about Graham Brazier, that's beautiful.
Cuban heels dance tonight, center stage. Taste the band, feel the lights, gunpowder man.
Remember to hit the subscribe button if you want to receive more notifications of uploads. Also, give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video and leave a comment. I love to hear from you. Hello and welcome to the Shirley Ryder Show. You're with Shirley Ryder, and today our special guest is Steve LAFFAN.
That's me. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Right. Yeah, pretty good.
Awesome. You got yourself a cold beer, and
Yep.
I've got myself a coffee. So
Yes.
yeah, or Steve got me a coffee.
Being responsible.
Yeah. So Steve, you're multi-instrumentalist, and you've played on a lot of people's albums, done a lot of work for me for nothing. You've just been a really great friend, and it's a really
Pleasure.
and it's a privilege to actually talk to you and include you on the show as well for all the things that you've done. And you've recently, we might as well start at the beginning. Oh no, we'll start at the end.
Start at the end.
No, not the end, I hope.
Yeah, the end. This is the end.
You've recently done an album. So what's the album called and what's it about?
About probably 2 years ago, I went up to Soundtree with a few ideas that I played to Shane up there, and he liked them.
And Soundtree is Soundtree Productions,
Soundtree
recording
Productions,
studios in Whakamarama. Yeah.
And I've always wanted to do an album and play all the instruments.
Awesome.
If I could, you know. And not very well, it doesn't matter.
Just as an achievement, I know what you mean.
That's right, yeah. It was a bit of a wish list sort of thing. And then we worked on a few ideas, and Shane sort of nurtured me through it, and next thing I end up with an album.
There's the cover, and it's called Wind in the Wires. This track is number 2, and it's called Neon Cities. What was your influences growing up with music? What sort of drew you to music?
Oh, well, crikey. Mum and Dad had an old La Gloria stereo or radiogram, whatever you called it, and I used to listen to their records on it, and then what do they call it?
Stereos?
The little ones, the singles.
Oh, 45.
Yeah, 45s,
Yeah.
45s in those days came out, and I was able to score a few off friends and everything, but one song came to mind, and it was Hank Marvin doing Sasha, and that made me kind of prick my ears up, you know, because of the guitar work. And a mate of mine, when we grew up together, we used to cruise all around Parramatta, Wellington, Hurricane supporter, and there was a band that played in a boat shed, and we used to go and listen to them, and they played old Holly songs and stuff like that.
Cool.
So that made me want to sort of inspire me to play. And it just grew from there. Started off in school bands, as you do, as we all have, and then it just progressed from there, and here we are now.
And what was your heritage growing up like? What was your family's sort of culture?
Well, Mum and Dad didn't have a musical bone in their body as such. You know, like my uncle and auntie, Dad's sister and husband, they were dancers and they were music lovers, and they kind of encouraged me a little bit as well, you know, which was really nice. Mum and Dad sort of went, okay, if that's what you want to do.
Some quick listen and I'll whiz through some tracks. This is World's on Fire.
Give me a chance, my world's on fire.
This is one of my personal favourites. This is Katie.
Oh, I know I can't leave Katie behind.
You might recognise this one.
Straight talking,
This is the song about Graham Brazier.
gunpowder man. Risk
what could we expect to hear on the album? What
Well,
genre is it, and what sort of song?
well, a lot of people who have heard it have likened it to all sorts of different bands. Yeah, like some have said Pink Floyd, and some have said James Rain, and some have said this and that, the other. So it's quite kind of Americana.
Yeah.
As a genre, because it covers a lot of bases. I see a spark I've never seen. I hear a voice that's meant to be. I feel the soul upon me. Gunpowder man. He takes chances and he dances on the edge of his dreams. And you fly away above the vapor trails and flames.
Yeah, moving it forward a bit. And what was your first band?
Oh, the first band was a school band called Zonk.
Okay. Oh, Zonk? Okay.
Yep.
Is that because you're all zonked, or?
No, not in those days. We get more zonk nowadays than what we did then. In those. No, it was just a school band, and we did a lot of the music at the time, which was the Marmalade and the Beatles and all sorts of stuff like that. You know, we just used to play. Jimi Hendrix, we even did. You know, we had a really good guitarist in the band. We all kind of evolved into another band, and then we evolved into another band after that, as you do. And we all became a collective group of band members. And we could all play in each other's bands and that sort of thing. Just pretty much playing covers as we do at 16 to 20, I suppose, playing covers. And then suddenly originals start popping up. And that. Straight talker, sharpshooter, gunpowder man, risk taker, game breaker, gunpowder man, sea shanty, blue lady, gunpowder man, consummate sailor, gunpowder man. And then I moved from Wellington to Auckland and joined a band up in Auckland, and I was lucky enough to be able to perform with a lot of really well-known bands up there and everything. And then went to London and played over there a little bit, and then ended up in Australia for about 8-9 years.
That's right, you did tell us about it. So tell us some of your stories about Australia. Oh, that's one of them.
Yeah, cool.
I do remember hearing something about a sheep in the paddock.
No, that was still in New Zealand. The band I was in New Zealand, we had a, what do they call it? How can I put it? Just while it's still rolling. We had a tally of our female scores, so to speak, you know. And
not your male scores?
Not the male scores, no. There's no one in the band like that. And we were travelling from Queenstown to Alexandra one year, and when we get in the van and the two of us, off we go, and the tally comes out, the book comes out, you know, who got this and who got that. Oh, you know, like it's really chauvinistic and that sort of thing. But it's what you have to do when you're on tour. You've got to talk about so much boredom, you know.
You've got to make something up.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we used to make a lot up. And anyway, our singer at the time, he was lagging terribly, you know, and being a singer, you're supposed to be, you know, up there. Yeah. And so anyway, so we read out the scores. Steve, 2, or whatever it was. Paul, 1, you know, someone else, 4. Ron, none. You know, like, so we're giving him heaps. And then we go going through the country, and he goes, how much for a sheep? And we says, we'll give you 10 points for a sheep. So we pulled the van over, and you can hear him go, uh-oh. So we, anyway, jumped over the fence and this sort of thing, and we pretended to the other guys in the band that he was doing a sheep, you know, so we could get his 10 points or something or other. Next thing, the farmer arrives on a motorbike with a rifle, shooting. Yeah. So, to cut a long story short, the three of us who were over the fence, we bolted.
Yeah.
And we're over the fence, and then we're back into the van, and here's Ron running through the paddocks trying to pull his pants up.
The next question is, did you write a song about it?
No,
you just decided to forget.
No, we thought we might forget that one. Yeah, but he got his 10 points.
That's the main thing. Yeah. Well, you could have just called the song 10 points.
Oh, I could have done. Yeah, I could write a song about it.
You could. You should. We could actually include it in the show.
Well, he's a good friend of mine from Christchurch. He still lives in Christchurch. Hey, Ron, if you see this,
Yeah. Actually, talking about friends, because you're friendly with Dean Sutherland too.
Yeah.
Dean from Satellite Spice. Yeah. And did you play with him at one stage?
Yeah. Yeah, we did a lot of recording in Keith's studio
That's right,
in
because his friend you were good friends with. Yeah.
And we had a lot to do with Dean actually. He would just sort of like turn up with this briefcase full of great songs, you know, and so we just got together in the studio and we played a lot of them, and he was a good musician.
Oh, he was amazing, and had a beautiful voice.
Yeah.
Did you ever hear his song "Tangled Wires"?
Yeah,
that was a beautiful
good song. Yeah,
they played it to me at his house once.
I will get a tape at some stage from Keith of his other originals.
Oh, I love that.
And I'll tell you what, they're really good. They're clever. Really clever,
and
we enjoyed playing them. And but Dean, you know, like he sort of, it was hard to get him off the ground again. You know, like he would sort of just wander in, play the songs really well, and then wander out again, and you wouldn't see him for a couple of weeks. You know, he was a good mate, and we used to play good music together.
Yeah, shame.
With old Dean, yeah, I know, yeah. There's been a few like that.
There has actually. There's been heaps lately.
Yeah,
it's been quite sad.
I'm still here.
Wow,
you're still here.
Amazing.
You're still here.
I know. What the heck's that all about?
I know.
You were involved in my Lucy Star project.
Yep.
And of course the latest album, because Steve and I are doing a CD, my CD launch, and Steve's you're part of all that. And on the CD, you actually played a lot of the instruments for that, and beautiful guitars.
I played a couple of things, just
the guitars were beautiful.
They were sort of like little guide things, just to put on.
But just
we
so
kept them.
melodic. And you know, like Job's Comforters, which I know is my song, but it just sounds so good because of what you did.
Shirley would turn up. You'd turn up at my place with an idea.
I would.
With a guitar, an idea. We'd run through it, and the next day we're up at the studio. It's down. It's done.
Yeah, no mucking about.
Yeah, and it was really good being part of that Lucy Star album, because it's a good concept.
And when I was, because I got very sick and I was up at the hospital, and I was going to never go back and do the recording, and then Steve, because you were very good, a lot of my friends come up to visit me, but you included, come up and you're trying to convince me to finish the project, and I was like, no, I'm not going back, not doing it.
I know. Yes, you are.
No, I'm not.
We're going, yes, you are. Go on, get your ass out of that bed, let's get up there again and finish it.
And then I think you told me later on that you're wondering if I passed away, then you're going to flush it without me.
Yeah, yes, everywhere.
I thought, oh, well, that doesn't even do it then.
Yeah, bugger you. Yeah, that's right. And you're still here, and you've done another 2 since then.
I know.
You've done another Shirley Birds, and you've done
Yeah.
the Christian one, yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, it's not about me.
Anyway.
It's just that we've done so much together, it kind of it feels natural to talk about it.
Saw you the other day, staring out across the bay, sunset not far away, gunpowder land.
Shane did a good job, really good job of coaxing me out of my shell. You know,
Yeah, that's good. I think it's good
because I'm not a singer as such, but
yeah, I think it's good to always be slightly trying something new.
And he said, stand on the edge of the box.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what I did. You know,
Yeah.
and I did a lot of open mic nights.
Oh, okay.
Just to try and
just to get
used to singing into a microphone and everything. Because like being a drummer all my life, I sort of I just sat there and went do played guitar, and we had Ants came along and played a bit of piano, and
oh, that's nice, Anthony Coulter.
Yep, and Susan came along and played violin on one of the songs.
Oh, lovely.
And but the songs are really about what happened at the time to me in my life. When you write the song, you pretty much write what's happening, don't you?
I don't know, do you? I mean, everybody writes differently. I mean, like for me, the Lucy Starr thing wasn't what was happening at the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think writing can come out of different places.
Yeah.
Sometimes I write about something that happened a long time ago, or just something I've seen, or.
Most of it's about drugs.
Oh.
You were always safe, now the sand is blown away. Wild horse go free today, gunpowder man.
Anyway,
so, moving on. So who would be your top sort of 5 New Zealand bands all time?
Of all time, there's so many, isn't there? So many influences. You have to go with bands like Hello Sailor, Dave McCartney and the Pink Flamingos. You've got to go with Feelers. Shows how many. There's quite a few. Well, you've got Wetter as well. You know, like all those Wellington bands are really good. They all. Most of the bands that have done really well, Dave Dobbin too, have left the shores, gone overseas, you know, and honed their craft, and then ended up, because every Kiwi comes back home. When I was about 7, I was taught to play guitar from a blind guy.
Oh, okay.
Miles Butcher was his name. He was about 16, 17, and I was about 7, and so I played guitar and played in the school band as a guitarist, and our drummer wasn't very good, and I took over the drums.
Oh, okay.
And I've never had any tutoring with drums at all. I just
sort of taught yourself.
Yeah, just tapped away.
Yeah.
And then started that, and then over the years, of course, still playing guitar, pick up the bass and do this sort of thing. So pretty much it's just a little bit of keyboards, drums, bass guitar, and guitar.
Yeah. Oh, cool.
Straight talker, sharpshooter, gunpowder man, risk taker, game breaker, gunpowder man.
What were your musical influences and what are they now?
Well, growing up was pretty much what you heard on the radio.
Yeah.
It was either Jeff Beck doing Hi Ho Silver Lining, or it might have been Hank Marvin playing Sasha.
Yeah.
All sorts of weird, wonderful songs around that time. And then, as I grew up into my teenage years, a band called Rush came along in the 70s, and I was deeply influenced by them.
Yeah.
Just for the melodicness of their songs and the hard edge. A lot of bands, like quite a mixture really, because that's in my own songwriting. pick a piece out of each. And when I was in Australia, I was deeply influenced by all the Aussie rockers. You know, like you got your James Rain and your Midnight Oil and all those.
Oh, they're great, right? Both of them.
Yeah, all those kind of guys. Even going back to Mother Goose, Dragon. You got Dragon. You got My Sex. All those.
Oh, yeah.
In our growing up era.
Yeah,
you know,
I love My Sex, so great. Yeah.
So most of it is really kind of up tempo, up the guts, kind of rock hard kind of stuff. That's what I always liked and enjoyed listening to.
And coming back to your album, what would be your favourite song on there?
My favourite song on the album perhaps would be probably Gunpowder Man.
Sea shade, blue lady, gunpowder man. The sailor, gunpowder man.
What do you like about that one? Can you say what it is, or it's
It's just the way Graham was, because I knew Graham fairly well, and he was always either really good on stage or he was really not good. I won't say bad because he never bad.
No.
He was just kind of not good. Great guy. Great songwriter. Wonderful to talk to, like off stage. You know, we used to catch up and go and have a beer somewhere. Very poetical. And then when he passed, well, I wrote the song when he was sick. Excuse me. Been to hospital with his heart attack, and I started to write a song about him, and we were hoping to get him to play his harmonica to Blue Lady on my song, because my song's got that same riff in it.
That would have been cool.
That's why it's dedicated to him, but unfortunately he died, which meant he couldn't do it.
He would have liked it though, that you did that.
He said he'd love to do it,
That's awesome.
But I'd say Gunpowder Man is probably my favourite song, but it changes, doesn't it? The opening song goes, oh, that sounds good, and then the next song, oh, that sounds good too.
So are you planning to have a launch?
I would like to do one, but it's not first and foremost now, because I've recorded what I wanted to do and I've done it. But if the time comes.
And where else will we be able to get the CD? So we'll be able to get the launch if you do one, but will we be able to get a copy of the CD?
And see me, pretty much. It's good to get an album out. And
Silent Achiever.
And it's also good to be with all you guys too, you know, because we all hang around together and we all play music together, and that's what it's all about. It's
the Lab Rat Pack.
Yeah, oh, right, the Lab Rat Pack. There's a few Lab Rats there.
Yeah,
there's a whole lot of Lab Rats and one Spunk Rat there.
Thanks very much for letting me come into yours and talk to you. Remember to hit the subscribe button if you want to receive more notifications of uploads. Also, give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video and leave a comment. I love to hear from you.